Thank you. Firstly, I'd like to stress the tremendous support that we've been receiving from regional council, local council, and certainly the public, and certainly a lot of international support as well for this particular operation. I have issued a stay off the beach direction, and this is in accordance with the Maritime Transport Act between the areas of Mount Maunganui and Makatu, including Makatu Estuary. And this is to cater for the containers that are washing ashore and also some of the oil pollution. We currently have three types of pollution out in the marine environment that is currently landing. We have the containers, the contents of some of the containers, and the oil pollution. So we're dealing with those three aspects, and part of the way we deal with these three aspects is just to encourage people to stay away from the zone so that we can exert some areas of direct response, and we can actually tackle these three types of pollution. As you can see there, the containers are arriving ashore now and slowly breaking apart. We are dealing with the issues of public safety first and foremost, so that we can identify the containers, and then we can identify the contents of the containers before we remove the containers from the beach. And the removal of containers from the beach will be quite a deliberate process, and they'll be removed away to a secure area within Tauranga. Some of the contents are being strewn all over the beach. Again, our priority for minimising the environmental damage to the beach areas and the local environment is to address the oil issue first. So that is our key strategy, and that is what the teams ashore, walking the foreshore, and the teams within the ICC are trying to combat. A picture, I guess, of some of the more biodegradable type pieces of bits coming out from the container, meat patties that are coming ashore, and I guess biodegradable in this environment is pretty good. It's packaging around the outside that we'll end up picking up a bit later on. And again, some more flotsam, pictures of flotsam, and you can see some of the recovery teams just starting to recover some of that effort as well. But again, the priority is about the oil. Sorry, just flick back one. In this picture, we have three areas that we're addressing with the containers. We're looking at just securing the containers and keeping some sort of site control around the containers. This is all part and parcel of just requesting the public stay away from the containers before the fire service go and actually identify what's in the containers. And then the third part of the strategy is to actually move the containers off the beach. A picture of some of the groups at work and some of the hard working field teams that we've got. We've got a large number of people doing a huge amount of effort and out on the beach, and they're backed up by quite a heavy-ended incident command centre who are directing the different operations. And we're assigning priorities in different operations so that we can actually address the worst hit areas against sensitivities within the environment itself. In the next few days, we expect these ranks to swell, of course, with the tremendous response we've had regarding volunteer effort, and we're working through some of those issues. The key here for us is probably around a measured response. And again, you can see some of the teams dressed in the appropriate personal protection equipment and going and dealing with some of the oil pollution. Again, this is a big task and a reasonable sized task for these teams to go and address. It's going to take a number of days, if not weeks, to get through. Another shot of some of the oiled beaches. This is demonstrating a moderately oiled beach. And again, one of the teams just doing some surveillance around the site using very light vehicles, and the impact of the light vehicles is very little on the beach. The problem we have is when we start putting very heavy equipment on the beach, or some of the mechanical type recovery of this oiled product that actually damages the environment more than if we don't put the heavy mechanised equipment on the beach. One of the teams probably just ready to go on the beach. They're dressed pretty cleanly. I'd say and suggest by the end of the day that they'll be pretty much covered from head to toe. And this is going to go on day after day. And the exasperation, I think, with the teams comes when you clean up a section of the beach and the next day you have to go back and do the same section. And again, aerial surveillance, we're getting a lot of information on where the oil's going, and we're able then to set the teams out where the heaviest and worst amount of oiling is actually occurring on the beach. This is some of the trajectory modelling and mapping that we've got going on, showing the first section of oiling coming from Rena and coming into the beach more around the Mount Maunganui area. And then as it transits through the day, and you can see 10:30 today, that's the sort of trajectory that we've had, and the pink area there. I'll talk you through it. The pink area there going past Motiti Island is a demonstration of where the oil is actually travelling on the western side of Motiti Island. And this is the expected oil contents from tonight. Say again, yesterday. Moving through with some of the wind influences and some of the environmental influences into more of an easterly travel, which may actually pull the oil out and extend the oiling over a wider area. And this is sort of stuff that we try and anticipate with our teams and locations of teams. And that describes, I guess, the way that we're looking at mounting our operations over the next 24 to 48 hours.